just finishing up the piece using the machine. What I can say after using it for the first time, it's definitely a machine for patient tattoo artists, but it does pack the color really well. You want to take a closer look? How's it going? It's Patrick Friday. Welcome to my channel. Today I'd like to present brand new Dragonhawk Mast Fold Pro 2. That's the second release of the Mast Fold Pro. So got the machine. How exciting! Do you also get excited when getting new stuff for unboxing? I can't wait to use it. So let's take a closer look what the machine has to offer. Adjustable stroke, suitable for various tattoo styles. Large battery capacity for up to 7 hours. Powerful motor, M-Core C1, ensures balanced performance for both lines and shading. An attractive price, and with my promo code you get 10% discount. The machine comes with one additional battery, so 2 batteries in total, which means you can tattoo for longer. You don't have to worry about the battery running low, and when it does you can simply replace it and keep on working. That's so cool. Right, let's unbox it real quick. So when you open up, there's some instructions, and then your machine with one additional battery, and then there's a box with some stuff inside. There's 2 cables for charging your batteries and some O-rings with Allen keys. Whenever I do a review, I'd like to talk about practical usage. So let's talk a little bit about how the machine works. Let's take a closer look at lining, for example. Right, so let's pop this needle in and see how it runs. So first started at 4.0, you can hear it lacks of power, and it's not like the needle is not running properly. So let's go up, say to 5.0. Yeah, that's a lot better. So, you know, depends the area you work on. Sometimes you might need more power, so let's say we go up to like 6.0. Yeah, I can feel the machine, like there's no vibration. It doesn't bother me or anything, but you can feel that it's quite powerful. So to ensure that I run nice, sharp and smooth lines, I would stick out the needle a little more. Maybe that's a little too much. Something like that. Again, that's dependent on the placement of the tattoo as well, and then you can go up to as high as 4.2 just to ensure that it hits quite hard. Unless you want to do some whip shading, you can lower it down. But yeah, that would be ideal for lining. 4.2, stick the needle out a little more, and then if you need to, you can try even 7.0. Yeah, but you have to be careful though. It is a very powerful machine, so I would first start maybe between 5 and 6. Alright, let's change the needle for some shading. Soft edge mag, that's what I use most of the time. Let's fire it up. So, first thing, the needle is out too much, so we need to pull it back a little. This allows us to do some nice soft shading. And another thing you can do is lower the stroke, so it does pull the needle back a little more as well, but it also kind of softens like the way the needle hits. It's not as hard, so that's what you want to do when doing some shading. So another thing applies when it comes to lining. You want to ensure that the needle hits harder, so that's where the stroke comes into play. You want to make sure that it hits harder for shading, lower it down, it hits softer, so you can achieve nice and smooth fading in the shading. Cool. You can also play with voltage. So yeah, 6.0 feels a little too much, so probably 5.0, or you can even go as low as the lowest 4.0. You need to try it out, like you need to get a feel. Every placement will be different, so it's good to kind of give it a go. Every skin is different, design might be different as well on the day, so you kind of need to feel it out and adjust it on the day as you go. But yeah, once you use it for a few times, then you'll kind of get a feel of what it is, and you'll learn how to use this specific machine. Every machine is different. I'm going to show you some examples as I tattoo with it as well, because that's just using it dry in the air. So, but just by looking at it, how it feels in the hand, and kind of listen to it by ear, you can still kind of get a feel of what it is, what it has to offer. Okay, let's talk about the stroke. So what it actually means that the machine has adjustable stroke. Simply, it means that you can soften or harden how the needle hits the skin. For example, if you were to do some soft shading, you want to make sure that you lower the stroke to 2.4. Also, pulling the needle back a little helps a lot achieving that softness in your shading. On the other hand, if you were to do some lines, you want to make sure that the stroke goes up to 4.2, depending on the area you're working on. But then sticking out the needle also helps. This way you can be more precise with your lining and achieving that sharpness. Let's talk about the battery now. So not only that it's more powerful and lasts longer for up to 7 hours, but it also has this beautiful LED screen, which I find so useful. You can find the percentage of the battery. You can know exactly how much battery you got left. Then obviously like the voltage, so when you go up and down adjusting it, you can see exactly. And then when you start running the machine, the clock starts ticking. So if you want to do hourly, you can do that. That's really cool. Another interesting thing about the battery is that it works with previous Fold Pro models. So even if you were to get it on its own and use it with your previous machine, you can do that, which is so cool. It's so much more efficient, more powerful. I would so do that if I had that previous model. Also done a review on it, so if you want to check it out, I'll link it up for you down below. Right, so wrapping up the machine, first of all, I'll use these to protect it. So that's a really crucial thing to do. Just want to make sure there is no cross-contamination. So rub that up so that's safe. This way you can insert a needle through that. So that's one bit. And the other one, you want to make sure that you need to be really accurate with it and precise. So just align it. That's exactly where the twist is. That's it. And then there is a tip. There is a thing that I do. when I'm wrapping up my machines, so I always take 3 kitchen towels and use it kind of to soften the grip. This way it's thicker, it's much better for the movement, and it's much softer. So when you're squeezing it for hours, your fingers don't hurt as much. So you can use that as a tip for me. So then you wrap it up like so. And then you want to make sure that it kind of overlaps with the top part there. So this way it's all covered up, but what it does, that bandage, see, you can still twist it there, and because it does have 2 twist points, it's kind of tricky. So let me show you, like I need to just unwrap that. So that's at 2.4. Once it finds itself at the very end, you're able to twist that bottom part now, adjust it, and then you can adjust your stroke back to whatever you desire. And the same thing applies for the other side. You need to twist it to the very end. This way you can twist that bottom part the other way, and then you can adjust your stroke whatever you need to. So that's it for wrapping. Overall feel of the machine, so it's very quiet. That's a big advantage. You don't feel any vibration, so that's good. Another thing is the battery. It lasts longer, much more capacity, which is great. I love that. That's a big improvement. Big thumbs up for that. What else? Like, it does feel a bit heavier, like from the previous model, and it does kind of feel like it's not as centered. Maybe you might get that feel, but what it can actually do once you get used to it, you need to work with it for a while, and then that, as you might consider at first disadvantage, might actually work in the favor, because this way it feels more safe in your hand because it's a little bit heavier, and this might also help with pulling those lines. It's actually more steady. So there's always a good side. Something might seem as a disadvantage at first, but there's always a good side to anything. That might actually work in your favor. It's like with any other machine, you need to get used to it. I think it's great. It's a great buy for the price. How I feel this machine is best for, I can easily say you can do pretty much anything with it, from lines to shading and color packing. You have to be careful though, it's quite powerful, so you can easily harm the skin. You need to make sure that you lower the voltage. Don't use it at high voltages. No, I do not recommend that. So it's good, reasonable price. So if you want to give it a go, it's worth trying to have a second machine on your side, and this adjustable stroke and new battery, it's really cool. It's worth checking it out. Also, there's new motor in it, which you can see the difference from the previous model. It runs a lot smoother, I can say that for sure. Right, so the price is also quite good. It's £150 on Dragonhawk website. With my discount code over here, you can get 10% side-wide on any of the products. So it's worth using it. You can save £15 with that code. You can then spend it on needles or something. That's all from today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. That helps me to grow my channel and reach broader audience. So don't forget to check out my other reviews and lessons, and I see you in the next one. Peace.